Spring are here and golfers are eager to hit the links. See how the local courses are preparing.
Furry four-legged friends are getting help from local organizations. Find out where the help is coming from.
And do you look both ways before crossing the street? Manhattan is taking steps to make sure that you do.
Overall, enrollment numbers are down at Kansas State. However, this is impacting some demographics more than others.
This chilly Manhattan April has been no picnic. Is it going to get better? I'll tell you later in the show.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Chris Blasky.
And I'm Mason Voth. Today we take a look at what's going on around the Manhattan community and on K-State's campus. Despite the efforts to increase campus diversity over the past year, the university has seen a significant decrease in enrollment since 2016, specifically for black students. Channel 8 News reporter Tiffany Horn takes a look at how the Black Student Union is looking for ways to combat this decline.
Despite initiatives like KSU Unite last semester, Kansas State University is still having trouble attracting a racially diverse student body. For those leading those efforts, including program coordinator Caitlin Wells, one of those goals is to make everyone feel welcome at K-State.
Yes, so of course we, with that objective, we do want to increase our multicultural numbers, but we also want to make sure multicultural students know there is a place for them at K-State.
One of the ways they do this is through a conference such as the Black Student Union Statewide Conference, an opportunity to empower students and expose them to the college atmosphere at K-State, which hosted high schoolers from all around Kansas for the 5th straight year. The black student race demographic has went down 94 students. That's 11.6% since 2016. According to the K-State website, the number of black students has continued to fall. Some of the high school teachers were hoping that this event would ensure students to come to K-State.
For us to come, so we wanted to expound with our students and see what they wanted to do as far as K-State, because some of them, the ones that we brought, were interested in coming to K-State.
One of the other goals is to empower black students to continue on to college.
But the students of today have so many other adversities they have to deal with outside of the classroom and even in their communities. So I'm trying to look at them in a help them look at school differently, and they don't dread going.
BSU plans to continue to host this event annually in hopes that this will empower multicultural students to pursue coming to K-State or any college of their choice. In Manhattan, I'm Tiffany Horn, Channel 8 News.
If you're looking to get more involved with the diversity programs and organizations here on campus, you can visit kstate.edu/diversity.
Another campus resource is also making efforts to support students. Powercat Financial, a largely student-run financial consulting organization, is reaching out to military-affiliated students to answer financial questions they may have. Powercat Financial offers services to better understand budgeting, FAFSA, and the student resources for campus housing and parking. Jody Koss, director of Powercat Financial, recommends making an appointment with them to discuss their potential goals after leaving K-State.
Looking to their careers and thinking about the future income potential that they may have after they achieve their degrees. So we just really want to support them. They can make an appointment with us through our website, ksu.edu/powercatfinancial. And then we'd be happy to sit down one-on-one with them and really look at their own personal financial situation.
Incoming veterans can visit the Powercat Financial offices located on the 3rd floor of the Student Union. Spring is sprung, and with it comes Manhattan Magazine. K-State's student-produced lifestyle magazine released their spring issue, Wanderlust, this week. This is one of 3 editions of the school year and the first of 2018. To celebrate, Manhattan is hosting a release party tonight at Tate's on Morrow from 8:30 to 9:30. The party will feature drink specials and free food from Jimmy John's and Insomnia Cookies. We spoke with the editor, Emily Link, to discuss how the magazine came to life.
Manhattan Magazine was an idea I had one summer in my kitchen, and I just thought that a cool, fun fashion lifestyle magazine at K-State would be really fun, and other universities have that and we don't, and so I thought it would be a really good outlet for students who are interested in journalism or even fashion to have another way to express themselves and to put it on paper into a magazine and then an online website and just kind of put their ideas to life.
If you're looking to make a fashion statement after reading Manhattan, you may want to try making it an eco-friendly way. According to the Apparel Marketing Design Alliance, some 26 million pounds of clothing and textiles are discarded every year. The K-State Union Program Council gave some students a chance to trade their clothes in instead. Students got a chance to do a swag swap yesterday afternoon in the Union, where community members could donate usable clothing and other items they no longer want and shop for new pieces from other people's donations. The money that was made off of ticket purchases is going to Cat's Cupboard. Leftover items were donated to the Manhattan Crisis Center and Goodwill.
So for Apparel Marketing Design Alliance, one of our big focuses from our department is the focus on sustainability, and that includes not throwing stuff out, giving it another life, trying to reuse it and find value in it. So from this event, we're just hoping that students will bring those items that they might have thrown out but still have, a pretty good shelf life.
Crosswalks in the Manhattan area have been creating problems for residents. Looking into the past in order to find solutions, a K-State consultant is seeking answers. Channel 8 News' Chase Swinson has the story.
Every morning, thousands of students utilize crosswalks to get to class. The current system in place has been causing issues for students and drivers alike in the Manhattan area. By looking at the history of accidents that have happened at intersections like Bluemont and Anderson, Jed Dunham, a research writer for K-State, states that there is an accident waiting to happen.
That intersection was a major source of congestion, and a lot of car wrecks happened there. Unfortunately, a lot of pedestrians were hit and such. And sadly, in 1965, there were 2 students who were killed in a car wreck trying to circumnavigate the congestion that was there.
Jed hopes that by looking at the past with this accident, we could take action before another accident occurs.
When those crosswalks were placed in there, they're certainly there for safety, but they're not a force field. And it's important to know our history through the K-State that, many K-State students, unfortunately, have been hit by cars, have suffered terrible injuries, and up to and including death.
While pedestrians always do have the right of way, it's important to remember that we do share the road with these vehicles. And they're a lot heavier than us. So when you're crossing the road on Manhattan Avenue and smack that button, make sure you look both ways first, then cross however you please. Personally, I'm a cartwheel guy. K-State student Katie Todd has also noticed these issues as well. However, she is not a big fan of the city's current plan to change these crosswalks to the stoplight variants, similar to the ones found by Kramer.
I was there just the other day for my job, and people just walk right through it. So I don't think that'll help, but if you want to waste your money on it, go for it.
Whether you think they should change the current system or not, one thing is for sure, always look both ways before crossing. In Manhattan, I'm Chase Swinson, Channel 8 News.
Every year, dozens of pedestrians in the state of Kansas are killed in traffic-related accidents. Avoid becoming a statistic by practicing caution when crossing the road.
Personally, I like playing Frogger when I'm crossing the street, but that's just me.
I don't think I'd recommend that.
Well, I'm joking, Chris. After the break, we'll find out how the Manhattan community is teaming up to give pets in need another chance.
I know a spot that I love full well.
'Tis not in forest, nor yet in dell. Ever it holds me with magic spell.
I think of thee, alma mater.
Carry thy banner high. Long, long, may thy colors fly.
Loyal to thee, thy children will swell the cry. Hail, 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 alma mater.
Research. It's applying the bigger picture toward the greater good. Defending the world from adversaries, both seen and unseen. Interpreting realities to unlock solutions. It's our land-grant mission to serve our world utilizing sharp minds, from first-year students to world-renowned experts. What makes research so strong at Kansas State University? Vision. Progress. You.
The City of Manhattan has a new organization working to help neglected and abused dogs find their forever home. Channel 8 reporter Grant Miller has the story.
One Dog is a foster care system that helps homeless dogs connect with families in the area. Jenny Glenn created One Dog when she felt that her work life was a little too busy to allow her to work effectively with the larger foster organizations, and decided to use her own home to foster the dogs she rescued.
So I still wanted to help dogs that were in need, so I started a dog training program for abused and neglected dogs that were in the court system. So that's how it started, small, one dog at a time. That's where the name came from.
Jenny went on to speak about the positive community response, a response she says has been supportive and helpful for the rescued animals.
So all the neighborhood kids here in Timber Creek 3 know when I have puppies, and they always wanted, last night 2 families text to see if they could come over and see the puppies. So I did, at one point I said, okay, when my light's on, you can come over.
Jenny looks to help dogs in the local area, but her work also takes her out of state to pick up and rescue dogs in tough situations.
This here is Leo. Leo is one of 2 puppies that were recently rescued by one dog. They're currently waiting for adoption.
Yes, that is truly the...
Adopting a foster dog can be tough work at times, as they often come from difficult and challenging circumstances. However, for rescue dog owner Joel Flanagan, the reward is worth it.
He was a beagle. He was 6 months old when we adopted him, and we weren't creative at naming him, so we named him Beagle. And he was very, very playful and very happy, and wasn't originally that way, but he quickly warmed up to the family.
One dog is currently fostering several dogs and plans on finding good homes for the animals within the community. In Manhattan, I'm Grant Miller for Channel 8 News.
If you would like to learn more about One Dog at a Time, you can visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/onedogmhk.
When it comes to pet adoption, and rescue dogs aren't the only four-legged friends that need help finding a proper home. The Riley County Humane Society is working day in and day out to help find homes for not only dogs, but also bunnies and cats. The Humane Society helps to provide a temporary home for animals that have been neglected by owners or owners that just can't take care of their pets any longer. They also help to rescue animals that are scheduled to be euthanized by shelters because the shelters no longer have any space to keep them. When they take in animals, they spay and neuter them and then provide them any health care that they may need. Some animals come in with minor health issues and some not so minor. Once they are nursed back to health, the animals are put in foster homes until the Humane Society can find them a new and loving home.
We've had to run blood work on her several times, have to take in several urine samples, and so there's a lot that goes into making sure that our animals are healthy and ready to go to a new home before they're actually adopted out, and sometimes that can take several months.
If you would like to learn more about the Humane Society and what they are all about, they will be having a Pour for a Paw fundraiser on Saturday, April 28th in the Wareham Opera House at 7 p.m.
After the break, find out how local golf courses prepare for the spring season.
And our weather anchor Adam Cook will let you know if you'll be able to hit the courses this weekend.
It's all coming up next.
Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Cats and Sooners tied at 5, and the Cats trying to win a Big 12 title for the first time ever. Outside, it gets away to the plate. Kansas State has its title.
Ships it in the middle, a header into the goal, and a score for K-State.
The best kept secret in Manhattan is not a secret anymore. I'm Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Wildcats, and welcome to JP's Sports Grill. With daily chef-inspired specials, a full bar, and a diverse menu that has something for everyone, this place is guaranteed to impress. JP Sports Grill, your new favorite spot.
I was so pleased with what I saw on the discussion boards last night. Who started the module?
K-State Global Campus offers flexible online learning, the same name brand education, quality programs, and recognized award-winning professors with the flexibility to fit your life.
We're working on Project 3 this week. It's a group project.
For your comfort and safety, light baggage must be stored in the overhead.
K-State Global Campus, always on, always there.
With the uncertainty of spring weather, folks are timid to get out and participate in outdoor activities. Channel 8 reporter Jared Sleppy finds out what it takes for golf courses to get spring ready.
With winter weather invading on the spring season, golfers are taking any opportunity they can get to go out and play. So how do the golf courses in the Manhattan area prepare for the onslaught of golfers wanting to get back on the course?
As the season starts, roughly around spring break for us, but the weather's been so cold, we're about a month behind average, and so we start ramping up with a lot of K-State students coming out and helping us maintain the golf course. So we do a lot more mowing of tees, fairways, rough, greens, raking bunkers, and doing a lot of irrigation work to prep the golf course for golfers.
Colbert Hills in Manhattan is doing everything they can to get their course ready for all the visitors and members for the 2018 spring and summer seasons. However, with the golf course having 42 different types of grasses, it's very challenging to keep everything green throughout the year.
Because we're involved with the university, we have 42 different varieties of grasses out on the golf course. We have warm season, cool season grasses, so we maintain each of those differently, and each of those grow differently based off of weather patterns and temperature.
Colbert Hills is rated the #1 best public course in all of Kansas. With that ranking comes a lot of hard work and preparation. But the golf course isn't the only thing that Colbert Hills has to worry about. Colbert Hills also owns a restaurant, and they're preparing for the large amount of golfers who have worked up an appetite.
The most difficult thing would probably have to be gauging how business is going to pick up, how fast, causing us to have to make sure we don't jump too far ahead in getting orders, but we got to also make sure we get enough food in to prep up for people, for business coming in.
When the warm weather in the summer hits, maintaining the golf course becomes easier due to the somewhat consistent warm weather, but this time of the year is very difficult to prepare for. In Manhattan, I'm Jared Sleppy, Channel 8 News.
Well, Mason, I know you're a little bit of a golfer. You had an opportunity to get out much so far this year?
I actually got out earlier this week, but I didn't play too hot. So hopefully Adam will tell us that the weather warms up and maybe my game will.
Well, let's find out. Let's go ahead and send it over to Adam for our weather.
Thanks, Chris. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys started off with our national temperatures. Over here in the East Coast, we're looking at upper 40s for New York, except it's going to be a little bit rainy, so that'll probably keep it chilly. Chicago, we're looking at the same, upper 40s. They got a little bit of sun. We move down south over to Atlanta. We're looking at lower 60s and some sun, so they're getting something over there. All right, and then as we look over here into the West Coast, we're looking at Seattle is upper 60s. Down to Los Angeles, we're also looking at some rain over there. However, they're going to be in the mid-60s as well, so it's not going to be too bad. As we move down south over to Austin, we're looking at 78 degrees and sunny. Man, I wish I could be there right now. All right, now in the Kansas forecast, as you can see over in the west, we're looking at upper 60s, and then down south, we're looking at, again, upper 60s, upper 67. As we look over in the east, we're looking at the Kansas City area, getting mid-50s, still not warming up too much over there. Down south, we're looking at 64, and then right where we are, we're looking at right about 60. So we're getting a little bit warmer, but still not that spring weather we're hoping for. All right, now we'll take a look at the 24-hour agenda. Today's high at 5 p.m. is going to be 60 degrees, mostly sunny. Sunset's going to be at 8:01 p.m. Again, mostly sunny around that time with a 52-degree high. At sunrise, we're going to be looking at 37 degrees, which is very chilly. I don't know if any of you were out there this morning, but it actually was very cold outside. Sunrise was at 6:52 p.m. We had a little bit of clouds, but they've pretty much cleared out throughout the day. All right, now here's a look at our 5-day forecast. We were looking at mid-60s basically throughout the entire week. On Friday, it's going to be cloudy, and then on Saturday, it's going to actually dip down into the mid-50s. That's when the spring game is. Hopefully you can make it out there, because if you're a real fan, you will just trek on through that rain that might be showing up. On Sunday, we're looking again at mid-60s and cloudy. Monday is going to be the only day where it is very sunny, and we're looking at 70 degrees. Tuesday, cloudy again, mid-60s. All right, well, that's all the time I have for you guys. I'm going to send it back to the desk.
Football is back. Well, sort of. Coming up, we preview the K-State spring game happening this weekend.
And a look at K-State's very own triathlon happening today. Stay tuned.
Schultz one, high and deep to left, goodbye.
Shot to right, K-State's going to try and score two. Another play at the play, but this time Brennan slides past the tag. And Brad Hill is the all-time winningest coach in K-State history.
The best-kept secret in Manhattan is not a secret anymore. I'm Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Wildcats, and welcome to JP's Sports Grill. With daily chef-inspired specials, a full bar, and a diverse menu that has something for everyone, this place is guaranteed to impress. JP Sports Grill, your new favorite spot.
We are a family that does not tolerate discrimination of any kind.
A family that believes diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
A family that is supportive and seeks to promote a positive environment.
A family that treats all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual orientation.
We are an empowered family.
Who empowers family.
Welcome to K-State. This is who we are.
Well, here we are getting ready for another spring football game, and I'm getting pretty excited about it. We've got purple versus white at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. But first, some breaking news just came through.
Yeah, another K-State basketball player will be transferring. We'll now send it over to our sports anchor, Emma Carter, who has more.
Thanks, guys. K-State head coach Bruce Weber announced today that sophomore guard Brian Patrick has elected to transfer and will not be returning to the K-State men's basketball team. Patrick played in 49 games in his 2-year playing career, averaging 1.9 points on 39% shooting in just under 7 minutes in the game. The annual K-State Purple and White Spring Game is set to this Saturday at 1:10 inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium. The tickets are general admission and just $5. Last year, K-State's purple team, made up of the starters, defeated its white team, mostly backups, 38-6. Bill Snyder met with the media on Tuesday to discuss the quarterback depth chart battle.
Yes, that is truly the case. You know, we'd like to have an established number one and move on. We've got 2 guys that are going to play. I mean, there's no doubt about it. In my mind, you know, being healthy, that'll play. But you know, to have a number one is significant, I think. You know, we'd move in that direction. Doesn't mean it always happens, but that's, you know, truly what we're striving for.
Yeah. Several community members kicked off their morning today by participating in the K-State Recreation Services Triathlon. The triathlon consists of a 10-minute swim in the Kansas State University Natatorium, followed by a 20-minute ride across campus, and it's 15-minute run to cap it off. 2 heats of the race have already passed this morning, but there are still 6 more to go. If you would like to participate in one of the upcoming heats, you can do so by registering at the K-State Rec.
I think it's a good thing to promote this for students because in college a lot of students gain weight and become inactive, and so promoting things like this will help them to continue being active in their lifestyles. I think it's just important to participate and get out there and just try new things because I'm sure a lot of people have never done a triathlon before, so one on a smaller scale like this, I think it's a good thing to try.
Now joining us in studio is Chuck Mankey, Chief Marketing Officer of Triathlon USA. Mr. Mankey, thank you for joining us today.
Emma, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so how did you get involved in USA Triathlon? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So I've been at USA Triathlon for about 8 years. I cut my teeth originally in the Olympic movement. I used to work at USA Hockey. I traveled around a little bit and always knew I would come back to the Olympic movement. So an opportunity presented itself at USA Triathlon, and I've loved it ever since.
Awesome. So what are some of the things that USA Triathlon kind of does?
Sure. So we're the national governing body for the sport. So we do a lot of things. We put together the Olympic and Paralympic teams, but we're also very much a membership-driven organization. So we sanction over 4,300 events across the country, and we have over 400,000 members that we service as well all around the country. So it's our whole mission to grow and support the sport.
Awesome. So how is some way that people can get involved in USA Triathlon? Like, are there different types of areas that they can volunteer, or is there a way for them to go out for the sport?
Yeah, sure. So that's again, a big piece of what it is that we do. And I think the event that you guys put on this morning and today, the indoor triathlon, is a perfect example of that. It's a great entry point for people to get into the sport and to learn all about swim, bike, and run. So there are a number of certified clubs all over. Triathlon is a very social sport, and there are people there who will help you get into the sport, teach you how to swim, bike, and run in a group setting. We also have a digital platform that we've set up. It's called mytimetotry.com, and we provide free training plans and all kinds of online resources for people to help them on that pathway to the start line.
Awesome. So as one final little last point here, can you plug that website again where people can come and register and get more information for it?
I would be happy to. So it's mytimetotry.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mankey, for joining us. And that's all the time we have. So back to Chris and Mason.
Coming up after the break, Adam will give us a final look at the 5-day weather forecast.
But before that, I've got the meaty details on some national champions right here at K-State.
It's all coming up on Channel 8 News.
I was so pleased with what I saw on the discussion boards last night. Who started the module?
K-State Global Campus offers flexible online learning, the same name brand education, quality programs, and recognized award-winning professors with the flexibility to fit your life.
Here you are, sir. Can I get you anything else?
For your comfort and safety, lighted baggage must be stored in the overhead.
K-State Global Campus, always on, always there.
When I hear the phrase giving back,
it means opportunity for me to do something for others.
Volunteering exposes you to different ways of life and different people around the world.
They teach you just as much as you teach them.
It allows you to understand the social issues that we face. The only people who can resolve those social issues is us, and that's starting with our community.
I think for me it means just really embodying what it means to be a part of that K-State family.
K-State athletics team with Courts for Kids, and we went to Costa Rica, a town called Leona Veja.
We went to Dallas to volunteer at Aid Services of Dallas.
I believe everybody should have education, and that's why I volunteer at a high school.
It's a family atmosphere, and we're here to take care of each other, and I think that K-State Proud and other things that students do really embody that family atmosphere that we've been taught since we got here.
What motivates Wildcats to give back?
Empathy.
Kindness.
You.
The K-State meat judging team competed in Lubbock, Texas this past weekend, where for the third consecutive year, Kansas State's meat judging team was named Collegiate Animal Meat Evaluation Champions. Meat judging team coach Chris Molinix explained why K-State has been so dominant at meat judging's biggest event.
We consider it to be kind of the Super Bowl of livestock events, so to speak, because it really is a capstone of a lot of the things our students do as undergraduates here in the department. And it's a 3-day event. It is incredibly grueling. You cannot be a one-trick pony, so to speak. You have to be good across all areas, and that has clearly been a benefit, or part of our success is our ability to, work across those discipline areas and be successful in all of them, because you definitely see that. You'll see some teams that are maybe very good in the breeding animal division and then not as successful in the meats division, and when you do that, your total score just doesn't add up well enough.
Our weather anchor Adam Cook is back to give us another look at the 5-day forecast. Adam, what do we have to look forward to?
Well, I'm going to tell you what we have to not look forward to, and that is this weekend. Unfortunately, on Saturday, we're going to see the coldest of the next 5 days, and it's going to be rainy. And unfortunately for us, that is also the day of the spring game. So if you're a real fan, maybe you can make it out there, but if not, just know that it's going to be cold and rainy that day.
Well, that's all the time we have for you this week. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next Thursday right here on Channel 8 News.
This is Channel 8 News.